Now here in this video we are concerned with the biofertilizers. This chapter belongs to the unit number 1, paper number 16. Then as far as the fertilizers are concerned, fertilizer is one important factor as far as the plant growth is concerned. As far as the plant growth is concerned, plants are simply having a different agrochemical conditions. For example, crop plants needs a different agrochemical conditions. Then for that particular conditions, agrochemical condition means simply the elements which are essential in the essential elements and non-essential elements which are present in the soil. Then temperature, water, these are the some environmental conditions also responsible for growth of the plant. Then as far as the elements are concerned, that is organic and inorganic material which is present in the soil is responsible for healthy growth of the plant, and these are simply this agrochemical condition can be improved with the help of some fertilizers, and these fertilizers are of different types. For example, fertilizers may be classified into two, that is chemical fertilizers and a biofertilizers. Generally or commonly or mostly the chemical fertilizers are used for the growth of the agriculture, better yield of the agricultural crops, and these chemical fertilizers are in the concentrated forms. For example, essential elements like nitrogen, potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus and phosphate, these are the essential elements simply used from the chemical fertilizers by the farmers, and these chemical fertilizers are in the concentrated forms. They are having high cost, and these chemical fertilizers are having different types of side effects. For example, salinity of soil increases, sometimes pH of soil changed. That means some side effects are there of these chemical fertilizers, and these chemical fertilizers are costly fertilizers, and also these chemical fertilizers are present in the concentrated forms having a different effects on the soil. And due to that, biofertilizers needs more for as far as the agriculture, modern agriculture is concerned. Biofertilizers are essential for development of modern agriculture, and these biofertilizers are simply coming from different factors, different biological communities. For example, bacteria are responsible or act as a biofertilizers. Then some blue-green algae are act as a biofertilizers. Then some fungi are also acts as a biofertilizer. That means these biological communities, plant communities or living organisms, if they used as a fertilizer, at that time it is called as a biofertilizer. That means the living structures when used as a fertilizer, at that time it is called as a biofertilizer, and they are completely different from the chemical fertilizers. Sometimes farmers can be used a green manure, organic manure in the field. Composts are also used in the field. But in case of modern agriculture, the common practices are there, that is the biofertilizer. Then as far as the biofertilizers are concerned, the first biofertilizer that is coming from bacteria, the bacteria are used as a biofertilizer. At that time it is called as a bacterial biofertilizer. In this case, there are two important biofertilizers are used, that is symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria, that is rhizobium. Rhizobiums are a bacteria which are gram-negative bacteria. They are present in the root nodules of the leguminous plant. That means all Leguminaceae family plant contains, or members of Leguminaceae family contains a root nodules on the roots. That means there are nodules present on the roots. At that time, these nodules contains this bacteria, that is rhizobium, and this rhizobium bacteria simply converts the atmospheric nitrogen or soil nitrogen in the form of nitrate and make it available to the plant. At that time, this as far as the nitrogen is concerned, the concentration of nitrogen is increased in the soil, ultimately results into the more fertility of the soil, and it is occurred due to the rhizobium sometimes, because rhizobiums are developed in the root nodules, and this leguminous plant when cultivated in the field, for example groundnut, then sisal, then soya bean, different types of beans. These are the some leguminous plants cultivated in the field. At that time, these roots of that plant, that crop plants, are simply develops in nodules, and in these nodules rhizobiums are there, and these rhizobiums are able to convert the soil nitrogen into a soil nitrogen into a nitrate, and this nitrate after that available to the plant. After that, these roots are simply present in the soil, and simply they reach the soil with the higher concentration of nitrogen. Then second, that is asymbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria. These are simply the azotobacter. Azotobacters are the bacteria. They are free living bacteria. They are present in the soil, present in the environment, and these azotobacters are also responsible for nitrogen fixing, atmospheric nitrogen fixing, soil nitrogen fixing. That means simply the free nitrogen is converted into the nitrate form, and after that it is available to the plant. That means if the concentration of nitrogen increased in the soil with the help of azotobacter, that is simply called as a azotobacter role as a biofertilizer in the soil. Then third, that is algal biofertilizers. Algal biofertilizers are mainly the blue-green algae. These blue-green algae are simply developed in sometimes in the fresh water, sometimes in the saline water. The freshwater blue-green algae like nostoc, anabena, oscillatoria. These are the some blue-green algae responsible for a fixation of atmospheric nitrogen into a nitrate forms with the help of some special organ which is present in the blue-green algae, that is called as heterocyst. For example, in nostoc, the heterocyst is present in the trichomes or filaments of the algae, and these heterocysts are able to convert the atmospheric nitrogen and it fixes in the form of nitrate in the heterocyst. And that after that, this, if suppose this algae nostoc directly used in the field, at that time it acts as a biofertilizer. Some algae are in association with other plants. For example, anabena is present in the azolla. It is responsible for also converting the nitrogen into a nitrate, and it is present in the plants like azolla. Azolla is a pteridophytic plant, aquatic plant, and this plant contains a anabena filaments in the plant body, and this anabena is responsible for concentrating the nitrogen in the nitrate forms, and at that time it is used as a biofertilizer. That means in case of algae, blue-green algae, all blue-green algae with the help of heterocyst converts the nitrogen in the nitrate forms, and hence it is used as a biofertilizer. Anabena, which is present in the azolla plant, it is also responsible for converting the nitrogen. Then as far as these algae are there, some algae are with a association, symbiotic association with the plants, are used as a biofertilizer, and some algae directly fix the atmospheric nitrogen, hence it is directly used as a biofertilizer. Then mycorrhiza, these are the fungi which are present on the roots of different gymnosperms, particularly the gymnosperms like pinus. These mycorrhizas are present in association with the roots of the gymnosperms, and these mycorrhizas are also responsible or act as a biofertilizer in the plant. And lastly, the fungi like trichoderma, these are the free living fungi in the soil. They are present in the soil, particularly in the forest soil it is generally present, and these trichodermas are also responsible for fixing the atmospheric nitrogen, and it can be used as a biofertilizer. That means these are the some types of biofertilizers used by the farmer or can be used by the farmers in the modern agriculture as a biofertilizer. That means sometimes bacteria, free living bacteria, or sometimes a symbiotic bacteria, some free living algae, blue-green algae, and some associated symbiotic algae, mycorrhiza, trichoderma, azospirulina. These are the some structures used as a biofertilizer. That means if the biological community used as a fertilizer, it is simply called as a biofertilizer. And these biofertilizers is a need of modern agriculture because the chemical fertilizers are having side effects. They are concentrated fertilizers, they affect on the soil salinity, soil pH can be changed due to these chemical fertilizers, and due to that chemical fertilizers are hazardous to the soil and they are not sustainable fertilizer. Hence the biofertilizers are used commonly in the modern agriculture.